As a conscious African, I must push back against this constant display of ignorance by some African people against African Americans. African Americans must know that this is not the sentiment of a majority of African people. The constant disregard and disrespect of African American accomplishments, of their struggle, of their grace, of their excellence, of their fortitude must stop. It is embarrassing, it is heartbreaking. African Americans must know that this is not the truth. If you ever get a chance of visiting the continent, if you've ever visited the continent, you will know that you are loved, you are supported, and you are embraced as a member of this African family, because you are a member of the African family. And this display of ignorance by Africans, especially those Africans who have decided to settle on this soil, on American soil, must understand that it is because of the struggle, it is because of the sacrifices of African Americans that we are able to be here, that we are able to enjoy these things. And so you are exposing your own ignorance speaking this way. Stop it.
Saying that Black American culture haven't influenced the world would be a lie. The proof: in every country, there's at least one rapper. In every country, there's at least one R&B singer. In the Ivory Coast, we have what we call rap ivoire. It's literally hip-hop with an Ivorian beat. And we all know that. We all admit that. We all know where it comes from. If I see even one rapper, that means your country has been influenced. If in your country there's R&B singer, that means you have been influenced. Google this singer. His name is Immigrant. But what does he do? Gangster rap. Drill. Let's not be a hypocrite, and let's just admit, the same way our culture has influenced their culture has influenced our culture back. Where's the bad thing? Why is that even a fight? Good or bad, the culture still influence other people. Hair is part of a culture. The way people do the hair is part of a culture. Doing your baby hair, slaying your baby hair is not part of your African culture. It's not.
Now we see that the immigrants are finally giving the Black Americans their flowers. They are doing this after experiencing the reality that Black Americans have been talking about. They are understanding the struggles of Black Americans. They are realizing their history, their struggles, and all of that. And they are realizing that the benefits and opportunities they get from the United States is due to the fights that the Black Americans have fought. They now understand that the Black Americans were the foundation to which they thrived. And it's time for immigrants to understand this truth. I'm so glad to see these videos coming out. And anyways, guys, watch the remaining clips I've got for you, and I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Because I had someone who came to me and she's like, listen, man, the worst racism I've ever received from America didn't even come from the white people.
No.
It's my own people who look just like me.
Yes.
They see me to be lower than they are just because I wear, like, example, slippers.
And that wasn't because of, we got to be very careful down there, because it was what America taught. When you get to America, you have to understand America is a system. The first day you enter in America, it's literally having someone on your shoulder saying this: hey, you see this Black American kid? He looks like you. He talks like you. He even has the same hair as you. But Charlie, he no be you. You see, look at him. He's shooting guns. He's wearing his pants this way. Oh, look at his hair. You're from Ghana, royal family, Ashanti culture. This is not you. And so as soon as you're at that airport, you disconnect. Oh, that's not me. So whatever you see him, he's suffering with, you taught from day one, oh, that's not you. Don't let the color, fool you. That's not you. Now, what you don't know is this: that same man that met you there has gone to that same Black guy in America. Hey, Charlie, you see this African guy? He's not the same color hair as you. He has the same texture. But he's not you. Look at him. He's swinging on trees. Look at his stomach. He can't feed his people. Every negative thing about Africa, they will tell him. So he says, I'm not that neither. So the moment you land in America, you're like this.
Separated.
You are separated. The system is built for separation. To get a visa, you're automatically separated.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So by the time you enter that country, you are already in their system.
If there is anything you must understand about African Americans, these people, they don't know how to pretend. They don't know. Anything pretense, they don't know. A lot of them don't know. And when they like you, they will genuinely like you. They are loyal. For the few ones that I've dealt with, man, they were there for me. I can't even lie. The reason why I'm keeping natural hair today, African Americans are the reason why I'm keeping my natural hair today. Because I remember years back when I moved to this country, I used to have a friend, a very close African American friend. We were always together. We laugh together. We eat. We do a lot together. I used to see her hair. Oh my God! I'm like, girl, how are you doing it? Then she explained to me. I started buying the products. I even started using it for my daughter. Right? Let me tell you, for us that came all the way from motherland, we need to learn how to understand African Americans. We need to understand that there's a lot we can benefit from them. Look at the way they cook when it comes to all these their food. What they call that food again? Because I know my husband liked that very food. This seafood, boy. Man, forget about it. I also know that you in particular, like my husband, he likes them so much because he always talk about it. And when it comes to their clothing, the way they dress, forget about it. Who can even compare with African Americans, especially their women? Who can even compete when it comes to looking good? They got this natural beauty. They got it. This smooth skin, the features, everything about them is beautiful. All right? So we have to understand that we are not from the same place. Like the way we're raised, we can't expect them to do exactly like us. You understand? We have to understand, right? A lot of us, we don't want to spend so much on our hair. But most of the time, African Americans are the one that will tell you that I did my hair $400, $300 something. They don't care because they just want to look good. At some point, these people are role models when it comes to beauty, when it comes to cosmetic, all those stuff. So we have to learn how to tolerate, how to calm down, and we should stop judging these people. Because at the end of the day, not the way we were raised, that's not how they were raised. So let's keep promoting that love. For those of you that came to my comment section saying we are Americans, I don't have room for division. I don't have rooms for segregation. I don't have space for that. All I got in me is love. And love I will continue to preach on this very particular page. Keep following me. I remain your humble queen. All right, Edo Queen. Bye.
Like I've mentioned so many times before, when I lived in America, Black Americans were by far my favorite people. And I am so grateful to God Almighty for them because they helped me heal and reconcile a deeper part of my being. So today I'm going to be showing you guys a visual as to why Black Americans were by far my favorite people when I lived in America. Stay tuned. Imagine a couple, mom and dad, and they had 3 sets of children. The first set are twins. The second set, also twins. And the third set, triplets. The first set of twins represent children born to mom and dad that have desirable qualities. The second set of twins born to mom and dad are children that have meh qualities. These are qualities that are not so great, they're not so bad, they're just manageable. And the last set of children, the triplets born to mom and dad, are children who have undesirable qualities. Now, mom and dad in this context represents Uncle Sam. The first set of twins, these are citizens with desirable qualities as noted by Uncle Sam. These are white people. The first twin in this category, aka white people, are the white people who benefit so heavily from Uncle Sam pedestalizing them. They are the biggest beneficiary of white supremacy. They are also the biggest beneficiary of white privilege or Western privilege. And they also wish to someday grow up to be just like mommy and daddy, aka Uncle Sam. The second group of white people, these are white people who understand that Uncle Sam pedestalizes them And they have the opportunity to also benefit from white supremacy, white privilege, and Western privilege. However, they also see that mom and dad are narcissistic as shit, meaning that mommy and daddy doesn't really care about them. It's all about image to mommy and daddy. They just want to look good to the outsiders. So they rebel in their own way, while still appreciating the fact that they are beneficiaries of a system that was not created by them. And the way these guys oftentimes rebel is by not dancing to the tune of capitalism. And a lot of times these people have careers in humanitarian fields or social work, which usually is geared towards helping their siblings. So let's call these guys white people 1 and white people 2. The second set of twins, these are the non-black people of color who benefit from their proximity to whiteness, aka the Latinos and the Asians, even the biracial people, chair. These are the non-black people of color who naturally benefit from their proximity to whiteness without even trying, just simply because the way they look. And these are the non-black people of color who do so much to try to be white so that mommy and daddy can like them even more. And mommy and daddy rewards them with crumbs by calling them model minority, and their pussies get wet. These ones really don't give a shit. They're just born into it. It is what it is. Let's call these guys non-black people of color 1. And these guys non-black people of color 2. Now, the final but not the least, you guessed it. These are black people. These represent black people who recognize that mommy and daddy are not checking for them. So they say, fuck you too, bitch. Shit, you're not checking for me anyway, so fuck you too. So as a result of not getting love and support from mommy and daddy, their potential lag. And they sit with their pain and perpetuate their pain to suffering. And this is what outsiders see and judge them for it, without realizing that they are in pain. These are mostly black Americans and a few Caribbeans and Africans that people deem as nuisance. These are the black people that recognize that mommy and daddy are definitely not checking for them. However, they think that if they pray hard enough and kiss enough ass and dance so desperately to the rhythm of capitalism and prove so hard to mommy and daddy that they're not like these other ghetto ass black people, maybe, just maybe, mommy and daddy could give them crumbs just like these people. Or maybe in their dreams they'll be upgraded to these people. Sure. Most people who fall in this category are Africans and a few black Americans and Caribbeans, but mostly Africans. Now, I clocked out from this bullshit because I'm way too lazy to kiss ass, cause no bitch. So when I clocked out, these guys seemed familiar. I was in pain, I was burning, I was hot. I had a whole lot of privileged ass motherfuckers talk shit about my pain, simply because they did not understand what it meant to be the reject. But I felt safe with these people because they understood my pain. It was similar to theirs. And they provided me with a safe space because we understood each other's frequency. They were my home away from home, but I was still in pain. Then eventually, after I cooled the fuck down, chair, I eventually realized that there's a third group of black people who are persevering, showing a great deal of resilience, and making a name for themselves in spite of whatever the fuck mommy and daddy has to say. They were doing it in their own way, in simplicity and humility, without love, without support. And sometimes the only love and support that we're getting was coming from white people number 2, the ones who are utilizing their privilege to help out their siblings, knowing damn well that it would cost them a great deal of privilege because mommy and daddy would not approve. Yet they still did it anyway, cause fuck it. And because I lived in America, most people in this category were black Americans. A few Africans and Caribbeans here and there, but not enough. So, black Americans were the first group of black people that I observed unplug from fuck shit, just like I did. Black Americans were also the first group of black people that I saw leaning into their pain in spite of what the majority or the word had to say, because fuck it. Black Americans were also the first group of black people who humanized me while I was in pain. And black Americans were the first group of black people that I saw utilize their pain and pave way for themselves, by themselves, in spite of the heavy ridicule from the outside world. And on top of that, I, an African-born man, I am also a beneficiary of the black American privilege because of their ancestors' sacrifice. And for that, I am grateful. And I know, I am very, very aware that this is something that a lot of people do not understand because a lot of people don't know what it feels like to be the bottom of the barrel, to be the reject, and having to navigate through that without kissing ass because somehow, somewhere inside of your soul, you might not be aware of it, but you recognize yourself and you believe in yourself. You might not necessarily be aware of it, but there's something deep inside your soul that says to not conform to bullshit because you are enough in body, mind, and spirit. Show me how you have been able to navigate through a similar experience. Until then, respect.
Do Africans want to be like African Americans? The answer is yes. I was going through my Google Photos recently and come and see the things I found. This is specimen 1. This is the first example I found. I had to ask myself, why were we dressed like this? The only reason I could think of was because for the past how many years we had been watching 106 and Park. This is the influence. Is that not T.I. on the right? Is that not T.I.? My boy, his name is Toby. That's why we dress like fake chains, but we did not give a fuck. We wanted to be like you guys. Many of us in this picture had never even stepped out of Nigeria before, but why are we dressed like this? So if any African ever comes to you telling you nonsense, just tell them to shut up, because this is the truth. We wanted to be like you guys. You guys are cool as fuck, so don't be listening to anybody else. Thank you.
Africans to Black America, our eternal gratitude. In every African family, there is at least one child carrying a name inspired by Black America. You will hear of boys called Marcus Garvey, Malcolm X, Toussaint Louverture, Mike Tyson, Jackson, Snoop, Tupac, Michael Jordan, Denzel Washington, Jazzy, Chris Brown, Lil Wayne. Of course, we have a lot of Kanye West in Africa streets. You will see little girls named Beyoncé, Rihanna, Harriet, Rosa. And beyond the children, our schools, our streets, our community centers, many of them are named after Black American and Caribbean heroes. Toussaint Louverture, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King Jr., Maya Angelou, Bob Marley. This is not a coincidence. It is proof. Africans never stopped loving you, Black America. When colonial powers shut down our media and tried to silence Africa's story, the only community that kept the flame of dignity alive was you, Black Americans. When they told the world that Africa was weak, broken, and helpless, it was your voices, your music, your protest, your strength that told a different story. Think about it. When the Chinese government wanted to honor an artist, they chose Michael Jackson. The whole world sang his songs. And in Africa we said, "Thank you, Black America, for being our lantern in the darkness." The little respect Africa holds in global consciousness, the small window where people pause and think, maybe Black people are not what the stereotypes say. That respect was built by you, Black Americans. Through jazz, through hip-hop, through civil rights, through your victories in sports, film, science, and politics, you reminded the world that Blackness is not weakness, it is greatness. To every African listening, never forget that when our struggle for liberation needed light, Black America carried the torch. And to every Black American listening, know this, whether you see it or not, whether the media tries to erase it or not, you are honored here, on this continent. You are not just an inspiration, you are our definition. You are proof that no matter how heavy the chains, no matter how strong the oppressor, Black people rise. So to those still blind, to those who mock, to those who deny, open your eyes. The bridge between Africa and Black America is not built on politics. It is built on blood, on sacrifice, on rhythm, on resilience. From the villages of Ghana to the cities of Nigeria, from the mountains of Ethiopia to the coastlines of Togo, we say, thank you, Black America. Thank you for showing the world that we are not weak, we are not stupid, we are not broken. We are powerful, we are beautiful, and we are one.
This video is for all African people in America, all Black people in America. If you have immigrated to America, I'm speaking to my Caribbean Africans, I'm speaking to my continental Africans, I'm speaking to my South American Africans. You would not be here without the work of Black America. That's it. Black Americans, I'm speaking to my Africans in the South, I'm speaking to my Africans in the North, I'm speaking to my Africans on the West Coast and everywhere in between. You would not be here without the work of the people I mentioned before. We are all African. We need to stop the bickering. We are much more alike than we have ever been different. We don't hate each other. We have never hated each other. We just don't know one another. And you know why? Because while the white power structure was telling you that your people were nothing, they were telling us that Black America was just shooting and rapping. They were telling us that Haitian people were just voodoo and eating dirt. They were telling us that continental Africans were just bald-head kids running around in murky water. That Jamaican people are just weed, reggae, and dreads, and anybody else isn't important enough to be stereotyped. Listen, we are all African. Notice how everybody got a form of collard greens. Notice how everybody likes dancing. Notice how everybody likes music. Notice how everybody likes art. Notice how everybody likes jewelry. Notice how we gotta stop all of this bickering. Because while the white power structure is at war with all of us, You at war with the people who understand you the most. You on Instagram arguing about who got the best mac and cheese while the white power structure is macking everything that we have from our continent and cheesing. I'm done. Peace out.
Appreciating my
I just wanna
African
quickly
American people.
acknowledge, black people and what they have done for us Africans. You know, I know this is not very common, this is unpopular opinion, but if it weren't for the ancestors of the African American people who paved the way, we will not be able to even come here to work. If you are African person, if you are Nigerian, Kenya, Ghana, no matter where you come from in Africa, and you are able to come to the United States of America and have been able to find a job, find a better opportunity, it was not because you deserved it. It's not because it fell from the sky. It was because the African American ancestors paved the way for it to happen. All right. So no matter the job you have, even if it's the worst job you have so far, it is because the African American ancestors paved that way for you to be able to come here and have that opportunity, because black people were not invited to the table. It took the blood and sweat of the African American ancestors to be able to make that happen. So for that, I am very grateful for the African American community here. I mean, anywhere I go, you know, even in my place of work, it's always a vibe when I see my African people. So this narrative of, oh, these people don't like this, you know, let me tell you something. There are always going to be ignorant people in both sides of the coin, in side of the American, black American people, and also the African people. There's always going to be ignorant people. But for the most part, I'm just saying I love my black people, right? I love my black people here, and I don't have anything negative to say. I understand your struggle. I understand the struggle that you face here, especially in the hands of, you know, the people. You know what I mean? So this is just an appreciation to every black people. I love my black people wherever you are. If you're listening to me and you are African American, just know that I love you so much. I don't have any form of dislike for my people. How can I dislike my own people, my own skin color? So this division of this is that, no, I'm not part of that ignorance crew. So just letting everyone know that I understand history, I read history, I understand the struggle that black people have been through. So this is just an appreciation to the African American people. If not, I won't be able to even come here and find the opportunities that I have right now in America. So this is just an appreciation post.
Finally, I'm beginning to see that Africans and other black immigrants are beginning to change their mindsets about the black American community. For many years, there has been a distance between the Africans, you know, Caribbeans, and the black Americans. Now, this distance had made it easy for the separate communities to believe lies about one another. I call it lies because, sincerely, in the grand scale of events, those things are not necessarily true about the communities, the separate communities. You know, these separate communities formed opinions from news and propaganda, you know, without getting to know who the people truly are. You hear news on social media, you hear news, you know, before, for instance, in Africa, before you travel to America, they tell you things about, you know, the black Americans, and you just travel with that mindset without even taking time to understand who those people are, to relate with them and build your own mindset and your own opinions based on your experiences, you know. And like I always preach, do not assume or jump into conclusions, you know, before going, you know, before giving the other party an opportunity to get to know them. Do not jump into conclusions and into, you know, assumptions. From the tone of the people we have just, you know, watched, the videos we have just watched, I see sincerity. I see the realization that black Americans are not bad after all. Trust me, I have loads of black American friends, and I can tell you categorically that they're sweet people. Trust me when I say that. I hope other immigrants will follow their stead. I hope other immigrants will come to that realization and know that, in fact, black Americans are not even the problem. You're fighting your own brothers. The people you should be fighting are, you know them, not the black Americans. Because trust me, these guys have laid down their lives for you to have a better platform to thrive in America. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. So you shouldn't be fighting them. You shouldn't go against them. In fact, you guys should be brothers. Trust me when I say that. Anyways, guys, let's hear your views. Let's hear your opinions in the comment section. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel today. I want to give credit to all the original content I have used on this channel today. I do not take credits for any of those content I have used. I have linked their handles down below. You can follow them. You can check them out, you know, and check out what other things that they talk about and all of that. Thank you so much, guys. Have an amazing day. Cheers. Bye.